Okay, so we're in the interview portion of the show today. We are joined by Whitney Young, ISU and Chicago's own Craig Robinson. Craig, we're excited. We're Chicago guys. Thanks for joining the show.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me. What's up, Chi-Town?
Honestly, so that was my first question. So you taught in East Chicago, right?
Yeah, I taught over there in Hammond. First, I was Hammond, Indiana for a year, over in Hammond and Whiting. Then I moved over to Chicago and taught at Horace Mann for a few years.
So be honest with us. Did you ever take a lunch break and go to Majestic or Horseshoe or, Ameristar?
When I was in Hammond, are you kidding? On Wednesdays, I had like a 2-hour break. So yeah, my whole check was is still over there.
That's great. And then second question out of the gate here, our guy down there, Danny. So he's just our social media guy. He's sitting in on this interview because he's met you before. Do you remember him?
Let me see. What's up, dog?
What's up? You probably remember like it was yesterday.
You saved his life.
Basically.
You tell him the story, Danny. Tell him the story.
No, I got to meet all you guys like back in like 2009. I did a Make-A-Wish thing, and my dying wish was to meet the cast of The Office. So it's good to see you again, Craig. We have a lot to catch up on.
But he didn't die, so he kind of gamed the system.
Yeah, I beat the system. So spoiler alert, I lived.
Right on. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
So you're on the show today. You just started your new TV series on Peacock called Killing It. I watched a pilot yesterday. I think it's really difficult to basically you gotta hit a home run on the first episode for any TV series. Otherwise, viewership will probably just fall off a cliff. Correct?
It's I can't even call it, man. That's a theory. I think some people have some patience and know that you got to establish character and stuff, but I cannot call it nowadays. I don't know. We just try to do some good work and put it out there.
So I watched the pilot actually this morning. I watched it, and like the attention span of all of us with social media and everything these days is it's non-existent, and
I see that, yeah.
It grasped me. It was laugh out loud funny at least a handful of times throughout. Just a fucking wild premise of a show. And where did you come? Because you're the producer of the show. Where did you come up with the idea?
Thank you. I appreciate that. Your comments, first of all. That's everything. The people who first get to see it, give you a little boost. And I am exec producing along with Mark Schulman, Dan Gore, and Luke Del Tredici. Now, Dan and Luke are of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Mm-hmm.
They wrote the head guys over there. So we were looking to do something, and they came up with these 3 ideas that were great, but this one stood out, and it was like, let's see what that is, because it's way different than anything I've ever seen or than I think is on TV or streaming right now. And it's also just interesting, and we could definitely mine something out of that.
What were the other 2 ideas? Now we got to know.
I don't remember.
Now you're keeping them in your pocket.
First ones to ask about it. No one has given a damn.
We're curious guys. We're curious. Yeah.
Are you actually afraid of snakes?
No, I used to be till about 2016. I went with my band, The Nasty Delicious, to Australia, and we went to like an animal sanctuary, and we met. Like we sang to a cockatoo, he was like jamming, and his afro came up. Met a koala bear and held it. I wanted to take the koala bear home, but they wouldn't let me. It was a whole thing. I didn't have the qualifications. But then we got to the snake thing, and we put the snake. I was gonna fake like I was taking a picture with the snake, but I was too scared to touch it. But then I did. Curiosity got the best of me. I started touching the snake. Next thing you know, there's a whole snake around my neck, and it was just the most amazing thing. Here, I got a picture right here. Hold on.
Snakes.
And snakes. I realized that this snake meant me no harm. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I've been lied to by the Bible and Indiana Jones.
No, but like you can't be too comfortable with snakes though. You can't be like a snake guy. That's weird, right? Like if you have if you got tanks in your house and shit like that.
You know what? I wouldn't mind having a snake or two at the crib. Now I heard some people they said Dwight Howard got like 25 or 500. I'm not sure, but I probably wouldn't go that far. But I wouldn't mind getting like a little corn snake or something like that.
You're better off with snakes than the koalas. All the koalas have chlamydia.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, they're
That you might want to get tested.
Yeah.
You might want to get tested. All koalas have chlamydia.
There's nothing a koala could bring to me that I haven't faced already.
Here, you got that natural immunity, huh?
Natural immunity.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Could we print that? Craig has had the clap. Is that
yeah,
is that
we'll
okay?
throw it on his shirt.
That's the YouTube title. Craig Robinson has chlamydia.
Actually, there's the premise for your next show.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that is. That's now we just gave you an idea. A guy struggles with chlamydia after coming in contact with koalas.
Yeah,
Oh, I think everybody will watch that.
Yeah.
we're
That's a
idea
movie,
guys here.
yeah.
So I want to kind of do a little compare contrast with different projects you've worked on. So this one's obviously new and killing it. How many episodes have you guys filmed so far?
10.
10. So you got 10. That's
The whole
you
first
got
season.
You got a whole base under you right now. Like
And that all comes out tomorrow at once, correct? Is that what I read?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Dropping everyone. And one is the pilot is airing right now, streaming right now,
Yep.
but the rest of them drop tomorrow.
So, how much fun did you have working on this project compared to like Eastbound and Down, Hot Tub Time Machine, all that other shit you got going last 15, 20 years?
Oh man, it's I've had some incredible times, and working on these different projects. This was filmed in New Orleans. This Is the End was filmed in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you can imagine that crew in New Orleans for like 2 months, I think one day Danny and I went off and had some absinthe. So it's been crazy. This was interesting. I guess it depends on where you're at, the fun levels, because this was a hella fun because I was going around New Orleans and I was hitting the comedy spots and I was going up and I actually built some new material just being there, not having my keyboard and stuff. So it was awesome in that right. I sat in with some bands around town. I ate some incredible food and I wasn't drinking. So yeah, it was incredible. It was all incredible. Comparatively, I don't know. It's just the different levels of maturity. Hot Tub Time Machine. It was heavy drinking and partying all the time. So that was a whole different experience.
I mean, I feel like you got to just be drinking nonstop with that crew for Hot Tub Time Machine.
It was, man, that was something else. That Clark Duke, boy, I tell you.
Speaking of Hot Tub Time Machine, how do you get along with John Cusack?
Me and John are great. He's real cool.
All right, so we got it. This guy to my right has a long-standing beef now with John Cusack.
Yeah, did you see?
Oh no!
Did you see that asshole at the White Sox playoff game last fall go up to him and call him out on his fandom?
Call him out on his what?
On his fandom, being a North Side and South Side baseball fan.
What do you think about that, Craig? Can you cheer for the Cubs and Sox?
I know that it's sacrilegious, my friends. So I'm going to stay out of it. I don't know anything about Charles beef.
Yeah, he does not like me, to say the least.
It's like a genuine hatred for Dave.
It's a genuine, like, he loathes me. But that's all good. I was going to ask, like, who's the best actor you've ever worked with?
Just best actor?
Yeah, or actor, actress, like flat out talent. You're like, holy shit, this guy or girl's good.
David Allen Greer.
Oh, he's fantastic for sure. Jumanji.
Yeah, for real. He's incredible, man. Like, I mean, with the comedy, obviously, and he might be the funniest actor I ever worked with as well. But yeah, he's a big inspiration.
So, Craig, you mentioned your band before, and we see you like show off some of your music skills in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, even This Is the End with Rihanna, and later in The Office when Kevin and the Zits formed. How much would you say being musically talented helps out with like auditioning for roles? I feel like in a regular job sense, it's almost like also knowing Spanish. Like it's just that much better.
It has music is my partner throughout this whole career. It's even navigating Hollywood. When I started, I was like, you know what? Let's just find a rhythm to it. It's in everything I do. So yeah, you are 1,000% right. Can you pull up a picture from when we met?
I should have that ready. I got you were in and out of your trailer. It was a weird situation. I was like holding Angela's baby for some reason at the time. She just had a kid, and like Dwight and Andy had just got out there. So I'll have to pull it up. We'll insert it in the episode for sure.
Was that common, Craig? Like, were a lot of people there from Make-A-Wish? Like, or was that like a common wish? Like, how many people do you remember? If that?
Yeah, so it happened. Sometimes and to this day, you know, we'll send out video messages for kids or what have you, in that situation. So yeah, it's definitely common. It wasn't like every week, but yeah, it's happened a bunch of times.
So as long as we're on topic here, when I was there, I got to watch like a scene go down, and it was actually a scene where Pam gets to punch Michael after Michael dumps Pam's mom, and I watched it, and I mean, they must have done it 45 times. And so, for instance, when there's a scene like in The Office where Michael knocks over all the shelves in the warehouse, like, do you still do that scene that many times and just pick everything up again?
They got people, you know, on that to make it look exactly like it did before it happened. So maybe not 45, but it sometimes it does. It takes a lot, and then sometimes you can do it 3 or 4 times and you'll be done. Gotcha. But there's definitely going to be multiple takes.
Mm-hmm.
Craig, what do you think? Obviously, like now that you know so much time has passed with Patrice O'Neal, what do you think his career arc on The Office would have been? Like, I feel like obviously you had a great ascension in that show, but I feel like you and him could have been like such an awesome tag team if you know obviously if he stayed with us and whatnot. What do you think about that,
bro? Patrice could have, he would have and could have. He didn't give a fuck about Hollywood or The Office. Matter of fact, they told me, they were like, Craig, can you get in touch with Patrice? We have checks for him. Like it was the most hysterical thing, man. He just was just like, he knew he was funnier than everybody or anybody who could write for him. So I think he had a problem with like with somebody lesser than trying to tell him what was funny. He was so awesome, man. But no, he didn't give a damn about being out there. So if sky was the limit, but he didn't want it. He wanted to be in New York.
That's interesting. How often do you face that where you're like, man, I don't know about this writer today. I think, you know, I'm not really feeling that line or whatever. Do you deal with that a lot?
No, I'm more collaborative. And like for instance, for this show, you know, everybody's at the top of the game. So even though I might not know somebody, I'm like, oh well, let me see what they're talking about. Now I have been in some situations where it's like, I don't know about that, and then I'll just kind of like listen and then still do what I'm gonna do. Mm-hmm. Like I might not change it, but for this particular project, it was all systems go. Come on, give it to me. Let's go.
Talking about your ascension with your character in The Office, could you feel that, like when you were, like how popular you were getting, and which came first? Like, did you become more popular and then you got more lines, or was it they're writing you into it so you became more popular?
I'm not sure about the popularity part of it, but they would tell me, you know, hey, we're thinking about this for Daryl. You know, we're thinking about Daryl dating Kelly, and so I'm just happy that I'm being considered, and so I'll be around a little longer. My thing was go in, do your best work, be on time, and try to keep your job. That's all I was trying to do. So I couldn't even, you know, I didn't allow myself to look ahead until they said, okay, this is what it is.
Now I want to take you back to when I first discovered you, Eastbound and Down. It's one of my all-time favorite TV series. The first season is just incredible garbage television, and I mean that in the best way possible. What was it like filming with Danny and that ragtag crew? Because I feel like it was like, I don't want to say like the budget was probably low. It was a complete Hail Mary TV show, and then all of a sudden it's a cult classic and everybody loves it.
It was beyond fantastic. It was beyond lucky because that he hit me. Danny had said something like, "Hey, come on, we'll have you come to the beach and work." And then we talked about it. And then I got the offer. And each round I did, this happened twice. Every time I did it, it just happened to be when I didn't have to work on the office. It was like God was like, "Oh no, you doing this," you know, or else it'd have been, you know, somebody else. I couldn't do vice principals because I had to work. So, you know, but Eastbound was fantastic. And then, you know, there was scenes with Will Ferrell as Ric Flair, pretty much.
Ashley Schaefer.
Yeah.
Bro, that was some of the best times I've probably had on set, just because we were laughing so hard, and it was just so, you know, it was like no rules. It was, you get to talk shit with Danny McBride going toe to toe. So and then I was a biker dude.
Yeah.
Tight dick player. You know, it was all kind of ridiculous things going on, and so it was awesome. And then working with Danny, you know, Danny, when I met him, I was doing Knocked Up. He came to the set, and we kind of saw a little bit of Foot Fist Way. It was like, this dude's a force to be reckoned with. And we did Pineapple Express.
Yep.
Danny had, you know, his crew there, and you know, these cats out of North Carolina, and I started to see the game like, okay, you bring people around you, and you kind of rise up with them. So he's like a family dude. He's a loyal dude, and he's got a lot of love there for that man. Now,
I'm sure you've been asked this question a billion times throughout the last 15 years or whatever it's been since Eastbound and Down, but when you were filming, I'm pretty sure Will Ferrell was improvising I Can Feel It in My Plum scene. How many times, like we just talked about how many takes, like 45 takes for The Office, how many times did you guys get through that with finally having a straight face? Because I think it'd be like an impossible task.
437.
Is that the actual number?
No way.
Bro,
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Listen, so you leave the camera going, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you just kind of reset yourself, and you know, we will reset. So we'll crack us up on purpose. He's purposely trying to destroy the take. So you got that going. Now I'm making eye contact with Danny McBride. We supposed to be sitting there with a face off. It was impossible. There was tears.
Yes.
Little tears. So that happened. I don't know. I can't tell you the number of takes. I don't know how we got it. But you know, it was I think it was I had to hold my breath or something. It was as soon as Danny, even if you blinked, it was over.
Done.
Plums, fresh from market. They got a bluish hue. The sun danced just off. It was dude. And then he was like, my son, Gabriel. Dog, it was just and it was
Let
all
him
improv.
see what's being consecrated.
Let the boy watch.
Let the boy watch.
It was all improv.
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever seen Bat Fight?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Take a look at Bat Fight, okay? Bat Fight happened because, you know, we on the set of Eastbound and Down, and then I was like, what if we just start circling each other with bats, and then Will said Bat Fight. Then we went and shot this ridiculous video.
It's a full movie.
It's called Bat Fight. And he improvised the song right there. Then they put music to it later. But go watch Bat Fight. That happened because of Eastbound and Down.
It's unreal.
It's genius television. Now, what's something you can tell us about Eastbound and Down that like the public doesn't know? Because I'm sure there's like stories like 15 years later. What's like you're past the statute of limitations? Like the scene when you guys had the shotguns. You weren't in the scene, but it was Clegg and Danny. I read that you guys didn't have a permit for that scene, so like police showed up and they're like, "What the fuck you guys doing with shotguns on top of that?" I think it was a gas station, right?
I can't speak to that. If I wasn't in that scene and I wasn't on set, and I was there, I would come and do a week at a time. Excuse me. So it's hard. I can't speak to that. Let me see. I don't even know what I could tell you. That's the hot take, so to speak. That people don't know. It was sweaty under the mask when I was like tight dick player.
Just perfect television. Did you guys know when you were filming it that it was going to turn into the just classic show that it became?
Man, all you knew is that we was having a blast, just being stupid, Just and they so collaborative, just stuff like I think. I was like, yeah, you got 1 week, 7 days, such and such hours, such and such minute. And they would feed me, the right, whatever it was. And I think another improv was we was fighting in the stands. And I was like, that's right. Come get your son. Get 2 for half price. Old folks and kids eat free. It was just ridiculous. Ridiculous.
When how much did you improv on that show?
We you got opportunities. I mean, you got the script and you got to get the story out. But there was always opportunity. It wasn't like every line was improv, but there was some opportunity. Like I think one time I just was staring at Danny when he found I was supposed to be this Christian, reborn, and then he saw me buying cocaine or something out the back. He's like, "Oh yeah," and then we had our little run in, and I was just staring at him. That stare was improv. We just held eye contact for a little while. Then I was like, "Drive, nigga!" So, that wasn't written either. But it was just these moments that come out of being stupid with them cats, man.
Did you have improv opportunities on The Office too, or was that more scripted?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Now the funny thing about that is, because it was on that show so long, that they started to write towards our voices. So I would end up getting a script, be like, damn, that's exactly how I would say this. But or that's exactly what I would say. But there was always something called the fun run. It's like you do the scene a few times and then you improvise and then they're like, okay, let's do a fun run, and you get whatever you want in, and then depending upon what happens, they'll say, oh, let's do that again.
That's great. Well, Craig, we won't take up too much of your time. Danny, you want to hit us with the last question? You got anything there?
Yeah, this is a question that's been asked many times by fans of The Office, and I want to get a member of The Office's opinion on it because Steve Carell still hasn't replied to my email. But best episode, dinner party or stress relief, both parts 1 and 2, which is the fire followed by the roast of Michael Scott, the one that aired after the Super Bowl that one year. And then obviously dinner party is just a classic. Critically acclaimed as the #1 episode when they all go to Michael and Jan's for dinner.
And he had the small itty bitty TV, and she was dancing to the kid
Hunter, her receptionist.
I'm gonna have to go dinner party.
All right. Finally, I have some clarity on this.
Don't feel bad. He hasn't replied to my email either.
Beautiful. Well, Craig, thank you so much. Killing it. It's out on Peacock. Go watch it. Anything else there, Craig?
Yeah, actually, the next Friday, April 22nd, The Bad Guys comes out. It's like it's an animated movie. It's like Tarantino for kids.
Oh, cool. Good
check
shit.
that out. So thank you all for getting the word out, man. Shot-town forever.
For sure, man. For sure. It's
Craig,
awesome.
If there happens to be a Hot Tub Time Machine 3 in the works, tell John Cusack that White Sox Dave says hi, please.
Yeah.
You got it.
That's also one of my all-time favorite comedies. And it was in college when I saw it, and I was like, the movie's called fucking Hot Tub Time Machine. I'm not watching this shit. And it is hysterical. top to bottom.
No one went into Hot Tub Time Machine thinking, "Oh, this is going to be good." You either watched it on the airplane or you couldn't find the remote. Something. A girl you were trying to get laid and she wanted to watch it. No one went in thinking, "Oh yeah."
It was great. It was one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. I'm not bullshitting. I tell everybody to watch that movie. It's like, dude, just give it a chance. Don't think about the title. Just watch it.
Man, I appreciate it, brother.
Awesome. Thanks a lot,
Appreciate you,
Craig.
Craig.
Thank you, Craig.
Man.
Thanks, Craig.
Take care, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
Craig, real quick. Well, never mind. This kid that I play softball with swears he's his cousin.
Well,
Glad that got
I told him I'd ask him.